Good morning, everyone. Simon Holden here, the Sheriff of Tippingham on Derby Day with a full Derby preview. Well, yesterday, my comeback video, that got everybody talking, didn't it? Marley Park, third at 8-1. So we made some money on the place. I couldn't see that out of the frame. Jim Boyle. What an interesting day. Frankie Dettori took the two Group 1s. We cannot begin to realize how much we're going to miss him, and this is his last year. I thought he rode them to sleep. They went far too fast, and did you see what he did? Didn't want any of the pace, even though it was on fast ground. Let him get on with it and brought two horses through. Emily Upjohn showed tremendous pace to get past Westover, and of course the Oaks winner again came through late. Beautifully judged right. So that's Frankie. Now I'm going to go through the Derby with you, and I've got a big priced each way selection. So let's have a look at the market and then do it. Now, so many new members joined me yesterday. HFC Club. Look in the link below. It's free. There will be a big free gamble in there in the email, members email today. So if you're not in, get in it. Let's have a look at the Derby. It is at 1:30 as racing capitulates to other sports. Absolutely pathetic. So there you go. Even the protesters won't be up early enough to cause trouble. So it starts at 1:30. Get ready, get the popcorn, get what you want, get your best runs, and be ready. August Rodin is the favourite, and if you think that's value at 4-1, I've got a bridge in London that I want to sell you. Now, joint favourite at 4-1 is Arrest, Frankie Dettori. I think this is Frankie money and roll-up money. I do not think that is value at all as joint favourite. So I want to be against the front two. Of the three at the front of the market, I think the one with the best form is Military Order. Now, I tipped yesterday. I really like the look of the Godolphin horse in the Oaks. It ran an absolute stinker. And I'm just wondering if the Godolphin early season form is starting to peter out. So I'm just a little bit worried. But of the front three, I think on the book, Military Order is the one. We then have Passenger. Has been supplemented for the race at the Stout team. You've got to say Stout. You've got to respect anything he supplements. This guy is very, very clever. I was at York when this ran. It was buzzed up before. It didn't settle. Richard Kingscote is a very, very good jockey. It wasn't his finest hour. And I don't know. I just think this horse with all the hullabaloo to the start, and if he settles, he's got a big chance, and he's an improving horse. Only had 2 runs, but 7-1, I think the market has found him. We then have White Birch. Now, White Birch was second in the Dante, given a very, very exaggerated waiting ride on fast ground. Longer trip will suit. The horse's best form is on heavy ground, but I wouldn't rule him out. If they really go lickety split, they often go too fast in this race. I wouldn't rule White Birch out from a big run. Obviously, the ground is not right for him. Even a rumour yesterday might not run. So, but I wouldn't rule him out. We then come to the Foxes, who won the Dante. The Saints, one of the worst Dantes run. Well, we'll only know whether it was any good after today, because this is the first time the form will be tried out. If it was a decent Dante and the judges are wrong, then the Foxes at 12 has got to be of interest. I didn't come away from watching that race and think we'd seen the Derby winner. I really didn't. So I will pass over on White Birch and the Foxes. We then come to Spreewell. Now, you can get 14-1 with Coral Leisure on Spreewell. I think that's a big price. I will have a little saver on this horse, Spreewell. Shane Foley takes the ride. Brilliant rider for Harrington's. Now, this horse's Dam won a Group 1 on very, very firm going. So everybody's saying the ground's gone against that. May not have looked into it long enough. Now, the problem you get with Irish horses coming over on fast ground is that they really don't get that many opportunities to run on fast ground. So we tend to think, well, it's the wrong ground. But Spreewell may relish this. If it does, off a mark of 110 now, it won the Group 3 Derby trial at Leopardstown. That was on soft ground. It won it by 3 lengths. I think Spreewell is a major player in today's Derby. As I say, I'm against the top of the market. I'm looking to get those first 3 beat. In fact, the first 4, if you chuck Passenger in. So I'm against the first 4 in the market. That gives me options, obviously. I think White Birch has got a chance. I'm going to have a saver on Spreewell. But, folks, we're coming to my bet now. It's 20-1. I think that 20-1 will have gone by noon. And I could see this horse going off at 10 to 1. You heard it here first. Artistic Star, twice raced, won both times. Rob Hornby takes the ride. This thing is bred in the purple. Only had one run as a 2-year-old. Came out 18 days ago at Sandown on good to soft going and beat a horse called Torito, who runs here. Now, if that was to go in earlier, who runs today, later on. But I think that's strong form, and there is a absolute stack of improvement to come in this horse. He's only ever run twice. Who knows how good he is? But what I do know is Rafe Beckett and that yard are very, very shrewd. And if they think they've got a genuine group horse like they did with Westover, they are usually bang on. And in the last few days, there has been a huge word about the work this horse is doing. Is he experienced? Inexperienced? Yes. Could it come too early? Yes. But folks, we're talking about 20 to 1, and I think a poor Derby. I'll make that comment. I think this is not a vintage year. I wish he'd had another run maybe, but he hasn't. He's come in here twice raced. I think he's a serious player here. And at 20 to 1, I'll tell you the firms that are 20 to 1, I think that will go. And I could see him being the springer. I could see him being the springer and going off for shorts 10 to 1. He's 20 to 1 with Bet365 and Paddy Power. If you're watching this video, you can get on with them. I would play this horse now. I don't think he'll drift. He was 40 to 1 a couple of days ago. I think that the top of the market, there are questions to answer. I don't think Arrest is good enough. I think Passenger, the kind of agitated state of him worries me. Military Order, Godolphin are not running well, and August rode him well. If he wins the Derby, let him win. He was so disappointing at Newmarket. Excuse me, I just got to be against him. So I'm going for Artistic Star. I think 20 to 1 is massive. Yes, he's inexperienced, but we're getting 20 to 1, folks. Let's take a punt. And I think I could see him running a big race and maybe even winning. I really could. I think he could be very interesting Group 1 performer. So there you go. There's my Derby preview. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Look, the race is what it is. It's at 1:30. It is what it is. Let's get behind it. Let's have a great day. Good luck if you're playing, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Keep it here. Holden Sources. We were third yesterday at 8 to 1. Can we go 2 better? I think we might.
Holdens. Horses.